usual, Jennifer went to the office for her works. On that day, she got a chance to present an article entitled How to Read One's Mind. According to her, this is one of the difficult tasks because nobody can easily understand or find anyone's mind. The head of the company who tells her, if you want to become a good writer, you have a lot of experience in life, so first of all, just finish the article with the title. She has some ideas from her earlier readings, but if she wants to finish the work, she needs more points. The time they allowed her only 1 week, she has only 1 week to complete the work before the deadline. She decided to meet her friend Sarah for discussing something related to the topic, she accompanying with her to finish the work. It was too late when she left her house after the discussion. By the time she got back home, it was very difficult to drive because of heavy rainfall. There is no one on the road, so she decided to go a little faster. Suddenly, a car came from the opposite direction, hit her scooter hardly, and she was thrown away. Luckily, nothing happened to her. Soon, a handsome came out of the car despite the rain. He immediately apologized and grabbed her. It's really her fault. However, she makes a lot of arguments. Then she had a little fear of fighting because the road was unoccupied. That too, he is a man. When she ready to leave the place, her scooter was not in good condition. She causes the bad moments. He feels a little insecure of her. Eventually, he dropped her at home in his car without any way. After he leaving her, didn't give her time to say at least a thanks. Went there as soon as he could. The day has come to present the article. She was very happy on that day. An incident that was happened in her life is an inspiration to present and submit the article with entire satisfaction. During her presentation, everyone freeze on her words of exploration. It was impressing all others. After the meeting, the CEO who appreciated her as an excellent performance. That day is an unforgettable day in her life that she mentioned in her personal diary. On that night, she can't sleep well. The memories of him helps to change the misconceptions about men. A good-hearted man. If she scolded him without any shame, he accepts each word despite her mistakes. He is genuine and decently behaves to her. So she eagerly waiting to meet him again and also wants to ask sorry to him. When she continues to work, a piece of good news came to her. The company has offered a new project she enjoyed a lot and wants to inform her excitement to Sarah. So one Sunday, she went her home. Unexpectedly, there she met him again. Jennifer's intention to meet him was success. With a deep curiosity, she asked Sarah, who is he? Why he came here? In response to that, Sarah told her, oh, he is Rex, working with her brother. He came to meet her brother for business purposes. My brother said he was a good man and have a great love and care me too. But the destiny is always against him. Destiny? What? Okay, past is past. You just come. Shall we have a lunch together? Later, Sarah never says anything about Rex. During the lunch, Rex and Jennifer sat close together to eat, but he doesn't show any experience to meet her before. When Sarah introduces Jennifer to Rex, he never noticed her. Still, she finds too much of distance from his behavior, so she feels a little sad and left the lunch halfway. That day, she stayed with Sarah because Rex stayed in their outhouse. At the same night, Sarah spends the time with Jennifer. She asks about him in the middle of their fun conversations. For that, she said, a girl came in his life who had gone through a lot of happiness, and I have to say, as usual, she left him alone and became someone else's life. The life goes on as worries, complaints, and lack of happiness. He knows that nothing in life is constant and everything is only temporary, and he learned a lot of lessons in a few days. In the past, he used to talk a lot, but now things have changed. This was a surprise to Jennifer. Does one love a girl so much? Really awesome. But Jennifer thought that if she was the woman in his mind, but now she likes to talk him. Sarah's house was not enough comfortable to talk, so she went back to her home with a little bit of fear. She did call him. During that call, telling him a little like that he could help her to collect some points for her article writing. He agreed without any hesitation. The two has been decided to meet each other in a restaurant. After coffee, they parted ways and the subsequent conversations through social medias. In the chat between them, she almost understood his character. His passionate care to her through the chat really brings her in a peak of love. The days that were with him truly a light that had never been felt, but she does not know how he is. She always thinking about him and she had found time to talk him. An attachment that has never been felt in 22 years. The happiest moment with him was not measured. The day she can talk to him is all about a day of solar eclipse. There is no happiness. Their chatting and sometimes meetings are really giving a pleasure to her. She really missed him when he went to Bangalore for his business purpose. She realized that what she felt for him was more than just friendship. After the business tour, Rex came to meet her at the hostel. Both of them have a casual talkings. In the midst of their talking, she had a call and he left the chair and take a diary she kept on the table and just skip the pages. There he find the real feelings of her love towards him. But with a gentle laugh, he whispered, "One is better than another one," and write a word below the page, "Sorry." Without saying anything, he left the place. Then she couldn't see him. Many times she tried to contact him, but all in vain. Each day passed with a huge hope of expectations. While waiting for his return, she can't eat well, sleep well, never interact with anyone, and she can't take much attention to her works also. She told her what true love is, that is the best reward of her life forever. Days passed, months passed, she never seen him later. She lives with her life as everything is forgot. But she got some happiness from her dedicating work as a writer. During that time, the company was flop and Jennifer had lost her job. She faces a lot of pain during these days. The losing of job does not matter to her. But loss is always a loss. She knows that if she always thought of losing, the whole life will be lost. So need a job. Again, she conducted many interviews with the hope of achieving. Finally, she was selected as an article writer in Tiara magazine. That company offered a lot of golden opportunities, so her continuous hard work and dedicating mind in her work given ever time achievements in her career. Some months later, she gets it an entire efficiency to handle the company, but before that, she takes in charge, conduct an international conference at San Francisco. If she conducts a conference, they will provide the ideas to handle the works and how it will be distributed throughout the world. When she was mentally devastated, the job gives a lot of pleasure to her. So for that purpose, she does everything. A small quantity of relaxation she finds from her works every time. After she arrived in San Francisco, she went to Baker Beach for a let-up. The sounds of the tourists and the restlessness of the mind drove her a kind of insane. At that moment, she noticed a handsome man in the crowd staring out at the sea. It's not just anyone else, one she truly loved and understood her well, Rex. Went somewhere else without saying a word. As soon as she came near to him and asked, "Do you understand me? Didn't you say a word to me that day? I was so upset and when I didn't see you. But when I saw you here, I'm so happy that I could not tell." She asked, "Why do you keep quiet when I say this? You read my diary that day, right?" After all, he asked a question, "Are you still alone?" She remained silent for a while, then she said yes. "And then I'll return at 4 p.m. after tomorrow's conference. Before that, I need to talk to you something personal. I'm not forcing you. Come to Hotel Triton if you wish." With that said, she left the place. With a deep breath, he mesmerizing that the first time he saw the beauty he had seen in a dream was on the road at night. That too, it's not happy but sad. I met her again in a friend's home, then we both good friends. She presented the memories that will never be forgotten. As she got closer to my life, moved away from her a lot. Want to go further when fate reunites. What has brought so much as the old love frustration, fear that if he loves her too, she will leave him alone again. The next day, when he reaches the hotel, it was too late. He couldn't see her by the time she was gone from there. At the hotel reception, he had given a letter to give him. What was said in that letter was, after reading her words, he was totally upset and tries to believe her. He was sure that she would never leave him alone like the girl he loved before. He immediately returned to her homeland, but the fate again left him alone. The realization that no one he loved would be with him drove him crazy. On the way back to her country, she was passed away in a plane crash. By the time he heard the news, He totally devastated and became suffering from bipolar disorder, and he is undergoing treatment in Mumbai.